Hey guys, welcome back to Algebra 1. I know you've been missing video classes. No? Okay, me neither. All right, here we go. We're gonna be starting out this lesson, which is like terms and negative exponents. Again, I think these are kind of fun. I think they're fun to work with because they're, I don't know, you're just working with letters and numbers. To me, it's like a puzzle, I don't know. Anyway, so we have that as well as two-step problems in just a minute. So let's buckle up and get started. First I have bx over x3y negative 2 minus 3by squared x negative 2 plus 4y squared over bx2. Looking at this, it can be hard to see which terms are like terms. Now remember, for something to be a like term, it can have different coefficients, so different whole numbers in front, but it has to have the exact same variables, so the exact same letters and exponents with those letters. If it has any different letters or even just one different exponent, then it's not a like term. All right, so in order to be able to see better whether or not these are like terms, the easier thing to do is to write my exponents so that they are all either positive or negative. In your book, it gives you examples of both, doing the positive and the negative. I'm only going to do the positive here on the video because most likely that'll be the one that you choose to work with. It's up to you. You can turn them all positive or all negative, but it's easier to work with positive numbers, right? So most people choose to turn everything positive. So that's the example I'm going to show you on the video. All right, so I have bx over x3y negative 2. All right, I can actually simplify this. Excuse me. So this becomes x, and this becomes x squared, because I can cancel out these x's. Now this y negative 2 needs to go up top, because to change an exponent's sign, you just move it from, you switch its place, and then you change the sign. So if it's in the bottom, you move it to the top and make it positive. If it's in the top, you move it to the bottom and make it negative. Or if it's negative and you want it, or excuse me, if it's positive and you want it to be negative, if it's in the bottom and positive, you move it to the top and it becomes negative. If it's in the top and positive, you move it to the bottom and it becomes negative. Simple as that. So my new term here is going to be by squared over x, oops, try to write that again, over x squared. I'm going to reset this a little bit because I'm going to be using this one again later on. Okay, excuse me. So this is minus 3by squared x negative 2. Well, this all would be in my numerator because it is positive and I want to keep it that way. But I don't want to keep this as negative. I want this to be positive. So I'm going to move my x negative 2 into the denominator and change my negative exponent to a positive 1. So I can change my positive to a my negative to a positive just by switching whether it's in the numerator or denominator. Then I'm going to add 4y squared and bx squared. I didn't have to change anything here because all of my exponents were already positive. Now it's a little easier to see which ones are like terms. These both have a b, a y squared, and an x squared. This one, the b is on the bottom, it's not on the top, so it's not a like term. It has the exact same letters with the exact same variables, but all the letters are not in the same spot. If I were to move this b to the top, it would be b negative 1, so that wouldn't be a like term anymore, the exponents wouldn't match. All right, so I can only combine these two. So the coefficient in front of this is a positive 1, okay? It's an invisible 1. This coefficient is negative 3. So I have 1 minus 3. What's 1 minus 3? Negative 2. So the answer is negative 2by squared over x squared plus 4, oops, let me move that up, 4y squared over bx squared. And then that's it, okay? All right, now I'm going to do this problem again, but I'm going to change one little part. After I fix this, x3 and this one's an x, right? Okay. I'm going to change this b so it has a -1 exponent right there. So I know already from what we did last time, I'm going to go ahead and cancel out these x's and make this b y positive 2 over x squared minus 3b y squared over, move this down to the denominator, x -2 plus, but this time I can move my b up top because I have a -1 exponent. So I want to move my b up top so it's positive y squared and then x squared on the bottom. Now all three of them are like terms. So this has a coefficient of 1. 1 minus 3, we already know, is -2, plus 4. -2 plus 4 would be a positive 2. So I have 2by squared over x squared. And that's your final answer. All right, let's try another example. Up here I have a -3b over b, -3 plus 2b4 over a3. Let's simplify to see if this is a like term. We're going to simplify and change all of our terms so that they're positive, have positive exponents. Well, I'm going to move my b -3 to the top. So I have b3 and b both in the top. So that means I have 3 b's plus 1 more b, so that's 4 b's total. So that's b4 over, let me make my b a little bigger so you don't get that mixed up. I'm going to move my a3, -3 to the bottom so that I can write my exponent as a positive 3. Plus, now this fraction doesn't need to change anything because everything's already positive. All right, very good. Now I add my coefficients. This one is 1, plus 2 is 3, so it is 3b4 over a3. Okay, simple, right? Let's do the last example and then we'll start talking about two-step problems. 7a-3b2 over c-1 minus 5b squared over a3c-1 plus 3b squared over a3c. Since I'm working on a whiteboard, I'm going to just erase here on the board and fix it here instead of rewriting it. So I have a -3. Well, I want that to be positive, so I'm going to move it down to the bottom and make that a positive 3. My c, well, I want that to be on the top because it's negative here, so I'm going to move it up to the top, and I have just c. I don't need to put c1. So I have 7cb squared. I'm going to actually move this over so that it's in alphabetical order. It doesn't have to be, but it's neater that way. I like that way. Minus 5b squared over a3c-1. Well, my c-1 is the only negative, so I'll move that c up to the top. So that's positive. Then I have 3b squared a3c. Well, this one, the c is not negative, so everything stays as is. Which terms are like terms? The first one and the second one, but not the third one because the c is here on the bottom, not on the top. So I can only combine these two. 7 minus 5 is 2, so I have 2b squared c over a3 plus 3b squared over a3c. Let me know if you have any questions about how to do those problems. Now let's talk about your two-step problems. So two-step problems are problems that require 2 parts in order to solve them. You have to solve one part first and use that answer in your second problem in order to find the final answer. So if I have something that says, if x plus 3 equals 7, then what is x minus 8? To solve what x minus 8 is, I have to figure out x. I can't figure it out from x minus 8. I have to use x plus 3 equals 7. So I solve for x. So subtract 3 from both sides, x equals 4. So then I take that 4 and I bring it over here, put it in place of x, 4 minus 8, and that equals -4. So that's my answer. Okay, that's a two-step problem. All right, also you might see a problem like this. You will see a problem like this. The average of 4 numbers is 8. 3 of the numbers are 2, 4, and 7. What is the 4th number? Well, to solve this problem, you're given the average of 4 numbers and you're given 3 of the 4 numbers. But you can't find the 3 numbers with simply the average. You have to do something with the average. You have to find the total that all 4 numbers added together would equal first. So I'm going to find that total. I know that there's 4 numbers. 4 times the average equals the total. The average is 8, so the total was 32. 3 of the numbers are 2, 4, and 7. If I add them together and get their total, that's 13. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 7 is 13. So this is 3 out of the 4 numbers. All 4 numbers are 32. So I subtract, and I get, borrowed 19. All right, let's look at your practice. So your practice says simplify by adding like terms for A and B. Then C, you have a two-step problem. If x minus 5 equals 7, what is the value of x plus 4? And then for letter D, you have one of these average problems. So follow the pattern that we had before. All right, go ahead and pause now to do your practice. Okay, you should be back now with letter A. You should have 4x negative 2y minus 5xy. Or you might have written 4y over x squared minus 5xy. And then letter B. Oops, hang on 1 second, please. Letter B should be negative 3b11 over a8 plus 6b6 over a8. Letter C, the value of x plus 4 is 16 because x minus 5 equals 7 gives you the value of x to be 12, and 12 plus 4 is 16. Letter D, the average of 3 numbers is 10, so the total of all 3 numbers would be 30. 2 of the numbers are 4 and 7. 4 plus 7 is 11. What is the other number? 30 minus 11 is 19. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.